Hello, Roshelle Baier from ArtMoose coming to you live at the Licensing Expo. And our next guest is not only beautiful, but she is also amazingly talented. Please welcome Victoria Fuller. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Are you enjoying the Licensing Expo?
I am. There's so much to see. It's so colorful, tons of art. It's a great place.
Have you been here before?
You know, it was a while ago and I went when it was in New York.
Okay.
So yeah, so I haven't been in the one in Vegas and it's pretty exciting.
Well, very cool. We're going to take a look at some of your work, but first let's get a little bit of backstory on how you got started and what inspires you.
Well, I'm originally a portrait artist. That's my passion. I'll always be a portrait artist, but I love pop art. So I love Warhol, Lichtenstein, Haring, you know, all the greats. Basquiat, love Basquiat. So, you know, I'm inspired by a little bit of everything, but of course I like to infuse my own feminine energy into everything that I do.
Very feminine, I like that. And then so how did you, the works we're going to look at are very specific to Playboy, so how did that?
They are. Well, originally I was Playmate Centerfold January '96,
okay.
And I wanted to be in Playboy because I thought that would be a stepping stone, a platform for me to use to become a professional artist, which it did. And I went to Mr. Hefner to try to get involved with the magazine in the back end, you know, somehow, and I brought my portfolio. And what I ended up with was a huge gift. I was gifted a license to a licensing contract to use all the trademark symbols of Playboy in my artwork to reproduce limited edition prints and, you know, feature worldwide. So I did a huge body of work, and in 2004 there was a 50th anniversary tour, and I did 50 shows in 50 days.
Wow.
And I toured around with the event that toured around the nation, and that was a huge start. So I got in quite a few galleries, and I had that license for 10 years,
okay,
until they went private.
Okay.
I still do some Playboy art. I don't really do much printing anymore.
Okay.
But that's kind of where it's landed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at some of these.
Oh, great.
Here's one. This is an article that they did on you.
La Jolla Village News did an article. That's a painting I did of Hef in front of the airplane. It's called The Big Bunny. And, you know, that was kind of like one of the highlights in his life at that time in the 70s when you know, he had bought the Playboy mansion. He was traveling all over the world, and
you were able to capture that. But very cool.
Yeah. This is a fellow bunny. I also wear the costume, and her name's Deanna Brooks, and just some of the girls that I was really close with I wanted to model for me because I just thought they were so pretty, and I wanted to, you know, include them in the artwork. And I wanted to create artwork. You know, when people say, oh, I do Playboy art, then they think it's pin-up and that type of a thing, which it's not. And I love pin-up art, but that's not, I wanted to not do pin-up. I wanted to do something that they weren't expecting, and not nudity, and it's not overly sexualized. I think it's cute, and it's iconic, fun, and it's, you know,
feminine.
Represents the
my
life as a bunny.
What do you use to create the images?
Usually I take the pictures, and then what I usually do is make the pictures black and white, so I just work off of tones, and I sketch it out and I do oil on canvas.
Very cool.
This was just last year. I did a series of paintings which I'm going to be showing this year for the 60th anniversary. They feature the first cover of Playboy with Marilyn Monroe on it. Hef signed them all. There's about 11 in the collection. And we gave one to Charity Buzz to auction off, and they sold it for a pretty substantial amount of money. Here's him doing the signing for me.
Oh, they're large.
They're very large, yeah. So, and they're all different. This is me, my bunny costume. I model for cheap, so I actually did a lot of paintings of myself, but I didn't necessarily want to put my face in the picture, so I did the back, and there was
capture the essence.
Yeah, I wanted to, you know, jazz hands, have something fun. You know, Playboy's associated with the Jazz Festival, of course, and the iconic rabbit head, which I love, and the giant bunny tail. So, yeah.
This is different and unique.
Yeah, so Pioneer, Hugh Hefner's wife is a DJ, and they came to her and they wanted to sponsor her in her DJ, and they had a big event where they had a bunch of artists do, it's called a CDJ, so it's a digital, yeah, and so they had a bunch of submissions, and they went on tour and they ended up auctioning about 20 of them off at a big event, and this was the one that I did for Crystal.
Very cool.
So it was
So you had the
really
commissioned work not only just on canvas, you can work on anything that...
Oh yeah, well yeah, I mean anything that, I did a Dean guitar, so, but this was really fun because it's hip and you know, DJ is like all the rage, right?
And for a good cause too.
It was a great cause, yes, they auctioned it off. So
Familiar
Marilyn
face.
Monroe, of course, started the magazine. She's also a favorite of mine, and of course portraits. But you know what I love about the iconic old movies, James Dean, Humphrey Bogart, Marilyn Monroe, is you know they're fascinating people, but they also are such a part of American history.
Right.
So.
Very. Oh. So a little spin on
Yeah, the bunny stew, had to throw that in there. I love Warhol.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah, I just wanted to do something, you know, it's silly.
And these were kind of your beginning pieces.
These were early, and I just did a series. I did about 100 of them, and those are the 3 that I have left, so I took a picture so I could have them for the show.
Keep them close. I love it. Well, thank you for sharing your work. The story is so, the avenue in which you've gotten here and the art that you've been able to do that, you know, you had the license for 10 years. So
yeah, so it's been exciting, and I still do a lot of commission art. I've done a lot of people who have come to me that want their wife in a bunny costume, and I've done a ton of those, and I love doing those because the women are so excited when they, you know, I always wanted to be a bunny, or I always wanted to have the costume on, so that's really, really fun to see them see that for the first time, you know, you unveil the picture for them, so.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for coming in.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you. It's been Roshelle Baier with ArtMoose, and we'll see you soon.